So let's talk a bit about your hockey career with Buckingham. I saw you play in the Super Sixes in this indoor finals in, was it January 2020?
February, just touched into Feb, I think it was. Yeah, 2020.
So it was first weekend of February, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I believe it was your club's, Buckingham Hockey Club's, first ever championship victory.
Yeah, first ever championship. So a little bit of history. There's been a lot of work that's gone in behind the scenes just to get to that moment. And I think for Buckingham to finally have a title kind of behind our name was quite important. As I said, lots of people have done an awful lot of effort behind the scenes. So, we're lucky to be there on the day and to taste success, but it runs deep for what's happened previously.
What has been the work that has gone into that?
I don't think we can look much further past than Zach, our coach, who's just put hours and hours into the team, into the club. You've not got many places in the country in most sports where you can say the GB men's assistant coach is not only coaching the first team but also the boys under 12s. So for the context of the effort he puts in, it's just incredible. And he would never take any accolades himself. I don't think he's that type of guy, but to see him celebrating on finals day, I think for a lot of people, and I've only been there for a couple of seasons now, but for the girls that have been through it all with him, I think that was one of their kind of highlights. Mainly was for him.
What's his surname? Properly named?
Zach Jones.
Zach Jones, yes, I think he's quite a well-known coach, isn't he?
Yeah.
Now, in that, I believe your semi-final victory was against the reigning champions.
It was, yes. We made that one tasty, didn't we?
Yeah, it was quite. There was quite a few short corners directed towards you.
Yeah, I think I can't remember where it came from, but someone must have sent me the stats or something, and I think they had like in the 20s, late teens, early 20s of short corners in that game, which is just ridiculous. It didn't feel like that many in the day, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, it's quite a lot to deal with, isn't it?
If memory serves, although at the time I think the GB ladies were out in Australia getting rained on.
They were, yeah.
Sophie Bray was playing, who has a European and Olympic gold medal.
Yeah.
Who was taking most of the short corners.
I want to say she was involved in the injections, and I don't know why I know this, but I want to say she wasn't anywhere near the top. She's not really kind of in the battery army up there. She's more of the precision kind of speed of injection, I'd say.
But also Katerina Lechina, who is a full international for the Czech Republic.
Yeah. She was there.
Yeah, also I've seen her play a few times. She's quite a good player herself.
Yeah, she's quite handy. She's again, if memory serves right, she's quite good hands, quite good kind of close skills, which when you play an indoor and you're in the D, it's quite difficult for you to kind of to track. So yeah, handy player for sure.
She was involved in the short corners as well, wasn't she? I think I remember her almost scoring right at the death.
Was it her? I couldn't tell you who it was, to be honest with you. I just knew it. I had a call from VB, who was the girl on the line. Actually, she said before it started, she goes, I think it's going to go to Lachina, what her name was, because every time she would have her back to us beforehand. So you started to pick up cues, didn't you? And you don't want to kind of always put your eggs in one basket and go, I know exactly what they're going to do, because teams are smarter than that. So, I gambled a little bit there, jumped over, and thankfully, it was cleared off the line. So yeah, she was a bit of a threat from them.
Quite distinctive. She's the one who wears a big headband, I've noticed.
Yeah. It's
quite easy.
Interesting look, but each their own.
Well, it's good for the media types. It's very easy to spot, from the stand, video or something. Yeah,
I can imagine.
And then the final. Who were you playing in the final?
We had Bowden Hightown in the final, who we'd faced in the semi-final the year before. But they're veterans of indoor. They've been in finals for years before. I was involved in the Leicester squad the year before that, and they beat Leicester in the final. They've won the indoor championship like numerous times. So you can't ever rely on playing well once. You've got to kind of play both games as they come. So it didn't matter who we faced. If we were going to have two games on that finals day, they were both going to be worthy, fantastic opposition.
they're no short team either, are they? They got Sammy Bolton,
Yep.
Olympic bronze medalist in that team. Sam Quick, another European and Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, they've got a bit of bling with them as well, haven't they?
So what was going through your minds? What was the thought process during that game as a keeper?
I think ironically, they are the only game of the entire indoor season last year whereby we lost. And we tried some new things in that game, and we lost something like 7-2, 7-3. I can't remember exactly, but we got comprehensively beaten. Yeah, in the league bit on the way through. It's the only game we lost all year. And we knew that we were going to lose heavily. Well, we knew we lost heavily because of kind of trying new things and different tactics and formations and stuff. But we also knew that we'd seen them play a lot of times. We knew the game plan, which we were fairly confident with what they were going to go in with. They rely a lot on short corners. Sally Walton's absolutely wicked at the top. But we also knew, as I said, that we beat them in the semi-finals the year before. And yes, it went to shuttles, but we'd had so many opportunities in that semi-final in 2019 to have kind of put it all to bed beforehand. So confidence breeds confidence, doesn't it? We went, 6 games unbeaten on the way to finals day, and that we didn't realize that until we heard it back afterwards. Well, oh wow, yeah, oh yeah, and you just kind of motor along, don't you? I think also we're just kind of in our own little bubble. It sounds really silly, but we were kind of just like in the moment together, and that sounds so cheesy, and I hate that phrase, but like little dance things or whatever, and it was just like, for us, it was just another team. It wasn't a big glitzy day of she's got this medal, she's got this many caps. It was just another opposition to beat or try to beat.
So how important is that mindset of taking it one game at a time and going, it's just 6 players on a court, rather than this and that and being overall?
Yeah, I think the year before served us so well. It's not going to be uncommon knowledge to most people, but the 2019 final did not go our way in the slightest. And putting it politely, a lot of us were absolutely gutted after that. And I think having that experience and knowing how to handle the situation and the environment better set us up so well to do better last year. Well, season just gone, sorry.
Yeah, I think one of the things that a lot of players said to me, men and women, was, we got trounced last year, but we're stronger now.
100%.